Fourth person in U.S. mysteriously stricken with deadly bacteria from South Asia. Cases have been identified in Kansas, Texas, Minnesota, and Georgia. A fourth person in a U.S. in a fourth person in a fourth U.S. state has mysteriously contracted a deadly South Asian bacterium without leaving the continental U.S. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported Monday. 2 of the 4 cases have been fatal, including the latest one identified in Georgia late last month during a post-mortem exam. CDC investigators determined that all 4 cases are connected, and they suspect, as so far, an unknown imported product may be to blame. The CDC had released an advisory on June 30th about the 3 earlier cases. The first case was identified in an adult in Kansas in March, which was also fatal. In May, investigators identified a case in a 4-year-old Texas girl and another case in an adult in Minnesota. Both of those patients were hospitalized for extended periods before being released to transitional care facilities. The young girl in Texas reportedly suffered brain damage from the infection. Once again, the CDC is warning healthcare providers to be on the lookout for the rare and often difficult to diagnose infection called melioidosis. How do you pronounce that again? Melioidosis, even in people who haven't traveled. Meanwhile, the investigation continues into the source of the infected bacteria, Burkholderia pseudolamia. Read the word. According to the CDC, whole genome sequencing conducted by the agency found the B. pseudomalani strains in each of the 4 cases closely matched each other. The strains link back to those found in Asia, particularly South Asia. This is insane, man. This is crazy. Honestly, I don't. Oh boy. P. pseudolami, an environmental bacterium that lives in soil and water, is tropical and subtropical climates. In the U.S., it's most often spotted in people who have recently traveled to places where the bacteria are endemic. However, it has also shown up unexpectedly in the U.S. before in people with no recent travel history. Past mysterious cases have led researchers to speculate that the B. pseudolami may now be lurking in soils and waters in some areas of the U.S. But in the current cluster of cases, CDC investigators say the strains are most closely related to those from South Asia and not any strains previously identified in North America. Currently, CDC believes the most likely cause is an imported product such as a food or drink, personal care or cleaning products or medicine, or an ingredient in one of those types of products. The agency said in a statement, the bacteria normally lives in moist soil and water. However, in rare cases, it has also been found in contaminated wet or moist products in the areas where the bacteria are common. So far, the CDC has collected and tested more than 100 samples of products, soil, and water from the 4 patients' homes, but none has turned up positive for B. pseudolami. The agency noted that tracking down a source of B. pseudolami can sometimes be difficult, as the bacteria can take 2 to 3 weeks to develop into an infection, broadening the window of possible exposure times and testing patient memories. Once melioidosis takes hold, diagnosis it can be another challenging process. Melioidosis has been called the great mimicker because its symptoms can vary greatly and be vague. It's sometimes mistaken for other serious illnesses such as tuberculosis. People can become infected by ingesting the bacteria or having contact with a break in the skin. Clinical laboratory workers are also at risk of becoming infected through aerosolized particles. It very rarely spreads from person to person. Symptoms can span localized pain or swelling, fever, ulceration, abscess, cough, chest pain, high fever, headache, anorexia, respiratory distress, abdominal discomfort, joint pain, disorientation, weight loss, stomach or chest pain, muscle or joint pain, and seizures, the CDC notes. In the 4 linked cases, the patients presented with a large range of symptoms from cough and shortness of breath to weakness, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, intermittent fever, and rash on the trunk, abdomen, and face. Fatality rate for milidiosis ranges from 10% to 50%, and people with diabetes, kidney disease, chronic lung disease, and excess alcohol use are more at risk. The risk can go up further in their delay in diagnosis. P-pseudotomy is inherently resistant to many antibiotic treatments. Delayed diagnosis and treatment with the wrong drugs could allow the infection to be spread unchecked. If it becomes systematic, it can be fatal in 90% of cases. Wow. This is something, man. This is something. I mean, first we had this flesh-eating virus that's coming soon from South America, and we got this also. Crazy times we live in, man. Crazy times we live in. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you heard about this before? Let me know. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.